Hey guys, Ryan from Recovery Tattoo. I've been pumping content out a lot this past week, especially. But I've just on a content kick, I guess, right? It just is what it is, and I'm tattooing a lot. I'm getting busier. I'm getting more clientele. So life's moving right along, and I work full time, and I'm a single dad as well. So tonight I'm either gonna do it'll either be just like a shorter type story, or two short stories, or it'll end up being one longer story that's detailed. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out yet. It's late at night. I can't really nail it down. But what I do know is I made this dope ass fucking strip of real stencil right here, and you can't tell me that it doesn't look sick, right? The devil's face. I had the whole stencil to this. I had the bottom of the devil's face and the top of the church, the castle and shit, but it happened to fit right there perfectly, like half the castle and most of the devil's face. So that's gonna just look really good there, and it's gonna fill this piece out like really good. Plus, I'm gonna start with this tattoo machine here. It's an old school style rotary machine. It has some text here above, and in the stencil it says ink addicts, but the addicts part kind of didn't stay, and I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna spend on that part right there. I might just like shade all that out or something, just to like separate these two pieces, whatever, something like that, right? So here we go. I was real quick, equipment check. So as you guys know, in my last video I got my dream machine last night, and it's right here, it's set up, but like I don't have the cam pack yet, so it's still only a 3.25 stroke, and that's just really, I mean, I can make it happen. It's really smooth and it works well, but the cam pack says they're gonna be here Friday, and I spent $117 for 4 cams, and I'm never gonna use the other 3. The 4.0 cam that I want or need is sold out every tattoo supply site that exists, online, anywhere, everywhere. Doesn't matter. They have all 3 of the other sizes, just not the 4.0. And so I was kind of forced to buy the entire cam set just for the one that's in there. And so I ended up, something else about my order kind of was messed up through the site. Nothing big, but something enough to bring up. So I emailed them about it, and so I'm gonna try to end up with either a refund on something, because I explained how it all happened. I'm like, guys, I ordered the machine from you, I ordered the whole setup from you, and then you send me the wrong cam with the machine that goes to a whole different machine, and then also on top of that, was forced to buy a cam pack just for one cam. Blah 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 blah. I just complained about shit that it really isn't the biggest deal in the world to me. So anyways, hopefully I'll get some free shit from them, like even if it's just a couple extra cam wheels, or who knows, we'll see. So for tonight, I actually got that Peak just came out with a brand new battery grip. It's freaking awesome. I'm gonna use the Mast V3 Extreme 4-stroke, but this Peak battery grip is awesome. It's called the Peak Forge. Instead of a digital display and buttons on the side, there's nothing. It's a full regular grip, and on the lip underneath it, you see there's the power button, and then when you turn it on, it goes by lights, and each one of those lights is a volt, so there is no like in between or any of that. It's like it starts at 6 and ends at it goes as like 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. I think it goes to, or something like that. It's an 1800 mAh battery. It's really cool. It's got the spring on the RCA connection like this, so it's not like a bunch of extra string. And then not only that, check this out, the connection is magnetic. It literally just goes. I fucking love it. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of these. That's a fact. So it's hard for me to see. Oh, probably because I'm not wearing this. Here we go. So I'm gonna be running it at about 4, written on like. I guess I'm gonna do it at 7 volts. Once I have like enough numbers, I start putting them together. I'd be like, okay, let me try 9, 4, 4, 6, 7. I call it like, hey. 7 volts, because we're gonna be using smaller needle configurations here. As you can see, those are pretty. I'm getting better at not having such thick, wide stencils, so that like I don't want to have to do bleach baths all the time to get like the blue that you can still see in the tattoos. Like, I hate that. I want to tattoo the stencil and have all of it be covered, period. So anyway, I'm gonna do this syringe, this tattoo machine that has a syringe right here as a grip with ink caps falling out with some tribal behind it. The reason for the syringe on the tattoo machine is because the text up here says ink addicts, and so the drug needle goes with being an addict, right? Okay, so tonight's just gonna be more of a laid-back video. I'm not even 100% sure of the story I'm gonna tell yet, but I've had a really long week, done a lot of content, but I'm really motivated too, and I really want to tattoo these. I'm really excited about this, both of them, but I'm doing the old school coil machine that with a syringe as a grip. So that's what I'm gonna frickin' do. I'm gonna start off with a Bug Pin 5 from Stigma, their Aquamarine series shit. Pretty sure that's gonna work out, and then I'll end up using a standard 3 on the thinner, smaller areas and the shading, and we'll see how far we get. I probably won't get to the devil and the one above tonight. And not only that, I'm starving, so I'm snacking on some Gushers and fruit snacks. Sorry, normally I wouldn't do that. You know, it's not professional, but we're just kicking it here tonight, guys. It is what it is. The video's already cut off on me. I hope I can add that to the beginning of this so I don't have to do the whole intro again. So, and like say, you know, do the equipment check again and all that. I just don't want to do all that. It's late. So, I'm going to get to the story now. Okay, so I'm going to start off like this, right? And my stories aren't in chronological order. Not by like bid, not by time, not by age, not by when they happen, none of that. I just do them as I think of them and when I feel like it. So, at this time, I was locked up. And like I said, I spent the end of my teen years and almost all of my 20s locked up. So, you know, I've been out since 2016, haven't been back since. You know, I actually finished and graduated parole a while ago. I'm off paper for a while, but back then I was in jail nonstop because it was probation. And with probation, they would just lock you up for every little thing, and the jail was literally a 5-second walk next door. So from where they would wait for you to come in for check-in, and you think you're walking in there for a regular check-in, and boom, they're telling you to put your fucking hands behind your back. So one of these times, this is the first time that I like lost my shit with the COs. Like I know I mentioned that, but this is the third time making the video, so this one's the one going out, so I want to make sure that certain information's in it, right? So whatever. So this is the first time that I lose my shit with the COs and that things get extremely physical. And then, you know, the cops break the law at the end to hide what they did. I'll go through it. Here we go, right? I'm going to start this though. I want to put a few lines down. So this was obviously, the story I'm talking about now was quite a long time ago. I think I was like 19 the first time this happened. And I was not like a wild kid by any means. If anything, I was like more laid back than anything else. But like at the same time, I was also very quick to fight and make things violent. Even if they weren't violent to begin with, they would be by the time I'm involved. So that's really not a good mixture when you get locked up. So unless you're an actual tough guy and you know you want to deal with a bunch of problems. So because especially in jail, everybody's tough. Everybody's a tough guy in jail, right? So anyways, and I'm not a tough guy. It's not like I grew up fighting like a shitload. It's not like I trained with anybody. It's not like anything like that. I just have heart, and I will fight anybody, win, lose, or draw. And you know, I've kind of always been that way, but when I was younger, I still got that pit in your stomach, which I still get, but now that dictates my reaction. So anyways, like I said, I'm far from a tough guy. But if someone else brought it there, I absolutely 100% would. I would swing first, or I would always meet wherever we had to meet to get away with the fight, or whatever the circumstances may be. I've never like bitched out and like because I was scared or for any reason like turned down a fight. I've gone into even when I know I'm gonna lose, just do your best. That's it. It's way better than losing fucking self-respect and losing fucking you lose a lot of respect, especially in jails like that, if you let people fucking disrespect you and punk you off and treat you a certain way. Well, and it's not even so much about the jail thing either. Like, I was just always raised to stand up for yourself, don't start fights, but never turn them down either. If you can talk your way out, great, but if you can't, be ready to do whatever it takes to do whatever it takes to or to just do your best, because if things are gonna get violent, even if you know you're gonna lose, you might get surprised and not lose, and or at the end of the day, after you've been beat up a few times, a beating's a beating, you're all right, you're not gonna fucking die. And if anything, you learn a little bit the more you get beat up. I personally think you become a little bit better of a fighter every time you get beat up. So anyways, this is what happened. So I was in a jail that was fucking locked down all fucking day long. You only got out, I only got out a couple hours a day because the jail only this certain block I was on, they only let you out 3 times a day for an hour into the day room. Other than that, you were sitting in your fucking cell. And in this area, or at this time as well, there was a lot of new COs that were young. Shouldn't have been police, that's for sure. So, man, I have to pay attention to this tattoo. I just made a mistake. But anyways. And so you mix that with a young kid who's fucking in the fucking, like, at the stage in his life where he, I had already done my first prison bid during this story. I'm already affiliated with a couple of groups, now at this point in time. And so and I treat the SEALs with respect. I'm not one of them guys who, like, you know, anyone who's ever been to jail, you know the guys. Every time the cops are around, they go out of their way to be total fucking dicks. The tone of their voice, the way they're speaking to them, everything. Like, just because they're a CO. And it's like, you know, I don't think that's funny or cool. There's a time and a place for that kind of shit. And normally them guys are the last ones you want to fucking get into it with, because they're going to kick your ass while you're handcuffed. And then you end up in the hole all beat up. Like, who wants that? So anyway, we got like several new COs in a short period of time. Because besides these group of new COs, all the other ones knew me. They knew, like, me. They knew me very well because they know how I react. They know how I move, and so they respected. I had a lot of respect from the COs that had been there, you know. So, anyways, the new guys. There was like a couple of girls and, you know, several younger guys that, like, you know, a couple of them had been in the military, and a couple others were like trying to become cops, and a couple others were just, you know, doing their 8 and hitting the gate, you know, just making their paycheck. You know, and then you get the guys that were fucking made fun of in high school and, like, still are weird and don't have many friends, and so them guys are just super fucking cops and pricks the whole time just because it's the only place they can. And, you know, those guys are the reason for why this story happened, and why people, you know, why they end up getting hurt. You know what I mean? It's not, like, uncommon for a CO to get punched in the face or attacked or, you know, whatever. Or, you know, shit bombed, you know, if someone throws their shit and piss on them. So, you know, that kind of stuff's not uncommon. So, the new cops are fucking fine. Like, they do their little training time, and then there's a little bit of time where they follow, you know, somebody. And so when they finally let them go to be by themselves, they've kind of been everywhere and done everything and know what to do to have a block by yourself, right? So anyway, a couple of them were fucking assholes. They didn't, I guess they missed the part in class where, you know, respect the fucking inmates. Right away, all of them. Because you never know who the fuck you're talking to. And it's not that I was anybody, it's just that, you know, on the block there is somebody. So, anyways, all I am is a kid who lost his temper a lot quicker than I do now. When I was younger, I'm still very quick to jump and take care of business, but it's only when certain things are done to me or my family, and other than that, like I'm not like on that tip anymore. I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody, you know what I mean? I've been there and done that too, so it's like I don't have to prove it myself to anybody. Even though I've done it already, that's not the reason I don't have to prove myself to nobody. You know, nobody has to prove themselves to anybody. You know what I mean? You gotta prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself to yourself. That has the best results and outcome. So, point being is a couple of these cops are fucking pricks. One is one of those guys, like I said, like he probably had his head dunked in the toilet every day he was in school. And he probably, you know, spent more time shoved in a locker than he did in the classroom. But at this point, he's an adult. I just ripped my fucking gloves, but I don't feel like changing them. So, I don't want to drag it out. So, all the newbies are finally let go. Like, they're being assigned blocks for whole shifts by themselves. They've already done their training, and then they've already done the week or two of following a CO that works there already. You know, all that goes by. And so now they're out and about doing, you know, the checks hourly. You know, you saw them a lot at this place because you were in your cell minimum 19 hours a day, and mostly straight. Like, because you'd get out for an hour fucking from, let's say, 7 to 8. And most of the time you skip that one because you want to fucking sleep, especially in a place like that, because there's nothing to do. It's not even like you can go on the block and play cards or do anything. So this was hell. Like, the way that they did the lockdown thing was just insane because we were just sitting there. So they only needed a cop to be in there 3 times a day for an hour and to walk through to do checks. Whatever. It was fucking bullshit. So it's actually not like that anymore. They finally got like a new warden, and the guy, you know, changed a bunch of rules and changed the amount, like how much time we get out of our cell, and changed a lot of things actually. So this actually doesn't even have that much to do with my story. It's just what was going on at the time. So not only am I not a tough guy, I give everybody the utmost 100% respect, no matter what, until you do something for me to fucking not respect you no more, right? You know what I mean? That's it. I just do. You know, cops don't, I mean, they must have, you know, been sick that day in class because I know they teach it in the academy for them guys not to come in and take out their frustration on the inmates and shit, because, you know, we live there. They're coming in for 8 hours and going home. You know, that's our world, and it's just their job. So, you know, do your job to the fullest, but don't go out of your way on the being a dick to everybody, because you never know, again, who you're talking to or what they're going through, and when someone's going to say that they've had enough and they're fed up. And this is one of the first times that exact situation happened to me, and This is how it went down, right? So everybody's pissed off and aggravated all the time, especially in the summer, because we're in there 19 hours a day, fucking nothing to do. Totally sucks. They get the new warden. First thing they do is change. Like they let us out for a little bit longer, and this block that I'm on had 2 levels. Like, so there was on the downstairs there was a row of stairs on each side, and there was also a row of stairs like on the sides. So on the sides there'd be staircases to get up to the second floor, because there'd be no floor in between. The cells are against the wall. So anyways, I hope I explained what that looks like as good as I could. So a bunch of the new cops are in. We're trying to figure out, you know, who can we fucking, you know, we start studying their patterns and how they react to shit, and we start pushing their buttons and, you know, seeing what we can get away with who, and, you know, it's just, you know, regular inmate shit, watching the cops' movements so we know how to move. And so what happens is they come in with the sheriff's department one day and dogs to do like a surprise mass search, like with the fucking real police there, and it's so dumb that they did all that. Like, at this point in time, there literally wasn't anything, not even tobacco on the unit. Like, so I don't know why they did all this, but so this jail also had a rule in the rule book that if your room's ever gonna get searched, that if you, like, you still have to cuff up right away. You still have to strip out first in your room in front of the cop. Then you get dressed, you turn around, you get the cuffs behind, then they sit you outside the damn room. You're allowed to watch them search your room. And it's always more than one cop. That way you can never, if you want to fight a ticket or a write-up, we call write-up tickets. So if you want to fight your ticket at the D board, which is like jail court, you know, you had something to go on. You know, so fucking A. I'm thirsty and I'm snacking, but I'm pausing every time at least when I grab the snacks. You're just gonna hear me eating it. I'm fucking starving, and I'm addicted to Gushers right now. I think I mentioned that. Fucking unbelievable. They're so damn good. Alright, so we're already at 26 minutes, so I'm going to try to think about, I'm going to pause the video for a second, grab the snacks, and think about how I'm going to finish up this story. Anything much longer than 30 minutes, you know, gets half the amount of views. So if anybody wants me to keep it right at the hour mark, so things are real detailed and all the info's out there, and I don't forget shit, leave it in the comments. All right, I'll see you guys in 1 second. It'll be a millisecond for you guys, but I'll be right back. Just in case anyone missed it because you didn't watch the prior video or whatever, I showed a couple of things, like how that Bugs Bunny doing lines came out, because I finished it. Look how fucking good it came out. I'm really I'm proud of this one, because I used, you know, I produced that with a standard 3. Not many people would be able to guess that. But it looks fucking cool, right? It shows progress. It just shows that I'm getting better, and I really like it. I really like that. So I showed that, and then this is either going to be on the next storytime video or probably either a time lapse, or if somebody wants to follow along, I can put this stencil on my feed and I'll do a follow along with, you know, all the way down to what machine I'm using, what the voltage I'm using, the kind of needles, the size, and we can, you guys can do it on your end, or just watch and pay attention and learn. But this is the design. I like it. It's a new school design. Check it out. Look at that. Isn't that fucking cool? You guys are higher than I asked, hey, people send us. Yeah, it's like obviously it's a new school cigarette pack that's like a vampire. It's like alive, smoking a cigarette, toting a knife with the butts in there. I think that's really, really fucking cool. So that's next. Portfolio's getting very big. And I gotta show growth. That's another thing you guys want to keep in mind. Anybody that's putting a portfolio together, quick tip. If it wasn't common sense to you, because it wasn't common sense to me. If it's common sense to you, good for you. But for those of you that it isn't, if you're gonna have a portfolio, like, it shouldn't be, especially if you're trying to get like an apprenticeship or a job at a tattoo shop or, you know, whatever like that. This is how you have to set up your portfolio. Whether you're using paper, whether you're using Canvas, whether you're using the iPad digital, or I've never seen anyone use a book of the skins, but the quality skins. I've never seen anybody do that, so I'm sure people have, because whatever, it's hard to come up with a 100% original idea these days. But mine I'm making out of all fake skins, so you don't want to put like your day ones and shit in there in the beginning. But you absolutely just as bad as you don't want to do that. You don't want your very best shit to be right there in the beginning when they open it either. You want to layer it through, right? That way you can literally show them visually what things were looking like in the beginning, what things were looking like in the middle, and what things are looking like now. The biggest thing they're looking for is, say it's even an apprentice thing. Nobody wants to take you on for a year if they don't even know that you're teachable. If you can show how much you're self-taught and also show progress of you getting better and doing better pieces and them coming out better, it's gonna make whoever is about to hire you, oh no. It's hard to talk to my dad. Like, I'm getting a call, guys. 1 second, I'll pause it. Alright, I got my gushers, I got my vape. What's more intense than while they're walking into the cage? Got my supplies, got my iPad set up in front of me for when I need my reference. I want to get some shading done on this thing. I want to get moving on this outline. Shading's my favorite part. That's when the whole tattoo comes together. But I still want to practice my line work too, especially fine line. You see the difference between these two stencils? I could have made that stencil look like this one, but I'm trying to get good all around, not just at one thing or one style. You know, I have a preference, you know, which is American traditional. That and obviously the new school illustrative shit. I just can't, like, I mean, there's literally 2 Bugs Bunnies and a fucking Bart Simpson on my table right now. Like the last one I did right here came out really fucking good. And then I'm working on these 2 right now. I'm doing the Bart in color, and then I'm gonna shade this Bugs Bunny. It's called work, asshole. ADHD is a blessing. I don't know what anybody else says. That's a fucking blessing, because some people can't concentrate on one thing. That's that. It might be only 10% each. You know, and I got a Mickey Mouse with a revolver. I got a couple of Daffy Ducks cocking a gun with a bunch of bank money. I'm interested to see if the UFC has any more superstars coming. I got another Bugs Bunny doing like the na 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 thing in the face to one of the Ren and Stimpy characters, and Bugs Bunny got his tongue out while he's doing that, and there's an acid tab on his tongue. Actually, I can reach it and show you. You guys have seen it in one of my videos, but this is it, what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. I got, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes of shading left on this one, and it'll be done. But, you know, this was like a stencil. This feather was a stencil I just had laying around, and I'm like, you know, all this shit's going in my portfolio. So I want to fill in, and T's skins are so far from cheap, it's not even funny. So the tariff is more money than the price of 2.2 pounds of this shit. Unbelievable. So anyway, I want to fill these things up as much as I can. That's why I either try to do multiple pieces instead of like a piece like these 2 characters, like in a scene. Remember, like just a bunch of random little shit. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's what that's what happened here. This is just random feather. Doesn't have anything to do with what's going on there, but it's a good sized piece, and there's a good amount of space, you know. And I could have done like just clouds or smoke or whatever, but I had the stencil just sitting there, and I didn't have any plans for it, so I threw it there. Here we go. Back to it. Kind of forgot where I left off, but people don't realize that a music video can make you transcend generations. They don't get it. Some people are. I know where to start off. Don't get it yet. This motherfucker, Mac DeMarco. I think it's my so. Kind of woman. This fool is literally just New Cops. Some of them are cool. Some of them are dicks. Some of them were made fun of in high school, so they were extra dicks, because to them we were the cool kids that were mean to him in school, right? There's cops like that, and so I keep saying in the story time when I say cops, that's just a common term. That's what inmates call COs. They're just correctional officers. They're not actual police. So, I fuck with that. I don't know, like, I fuck with that, dude. Heavy. I Fucking. I'm looking for something and I can't find it. It also made me forget what the hell I was talking about too. So, whatever, fuck it. I said about how there's the new CEOs that come in with a fucking attitude and want to be Mr. Super CEO, coming in, doing crazy amounts of room searches all the fucking time, and doing them badly. Like, he would destroy our fucking rooms, and our bedding and pillows and pillowcases would be on the floor, and he kept, this guy I'm specifically talking about started what is about to happen. So this guy was, everybody hated him. You know, it was a daily thing where people were like calling him out, trying to fight him in the cell and blah, blah, blah. Because we had a couple of COs that if you were man enough and you wanted to fight him, just all you had to do was tell them, and they would take their badge off and they would go in a cell with you. Yeah, you know, and give you a one-on-one fight with them. You know, there was like maybe 3 or 4 out of that would do that at this time at this jail I was at. So anyways, I'm just setting the tone. So the whole block is like on edge because all these fucking new cops are coming in and they're like making up rules. They're fucking following ones that are just like from decades ago that no cop follows, so neither do we. They're doing anything they do or see somebody do or anything they find in a room, like they're going above and beyond to be Super CEO. And so, as you know, I'm sure you can imagine that them guys don't get much respect. So, you know, that was going on, and they would go out of their way to, you know, fuck with you. Like, you know, they would like keep your door locked when they went to unlock all the doors to let you out. I mean, you were already on so little time anyway. They're gonna fuck with your time now. And then what if you had to call your family right then? You know, whatever. So, and not only that, they would come in for the room searches. They'd rip your pictures off the wall and like, you know, you'd find your pictures ripped or stomped on or fucking in a coffee cup that's full, like. So that happened to me a couple of times. I was usually pretty good about keeping my cool about it though, because like, you know, I'm in jail. They're gonna do their room searches like that no matter how mad I get. So I can't let it take up excuse me, I can't let it take up so much space in my head, right? So but like I have, especially back then, I would lean on I have limits. You know what I mean? I'll only take certain shit from certain people for so long before you're gonna get a reaction out of me, and most likely you're not gonna like it. But at the same time, I'm already far from a badass. I've been beat up a bunch of times. I've been jumped a bunch of times. You know, things are what they are. So they come in with the big cops and all of the new cops, and they are doing a big search. So everybody's outside in the middle of the day of their cells, sitting in the middle of the day room, handcuffed, while there's like 6 dogs and like actual police at every one of our cells, and all the COs are searching everywhere. So remember I brought up about how we can watch, like it's in their rule book, like if we want to watch them search our room, like they can't not let us do that. So I'm not just sitting in the day room. Like I was still the young punk ass kid who had the guy I didn't like already in my room, and then whatever. Like I'm gonna start skipping small details that don't matter because I don't want this video to be too long, and I'm noticing that I'm not tattooing as much because I'm talking. So I'm watching the search, so that way they can't plant nothing. They can't break nothing without me seeing who it was. Like the worst thing ever is coming back to your room from wherever, like a medical appointment or being out in the yard or whatever the case may be, right? And have your room completely fucking destroyed. So the guy, there happened to be this one CO that him and I just we didn't click right from day one. He always had a chip on his shoulder, and he like was like that with everybody. At first I thought it was just me, but then I realized he was extra with me, so it was just me, and I didn't do nothing to him. I don't know what his fucking deal was. So whatever, he was one of the there was a couple cops, like actual street police, a dog, and him in my room. Me and Marcel are out watching it happen. All of a sudden, out comes our sheets and pillowcases and bedding and shit that's clean, and where we put our head at night, and like in clothing. All this shit was just being thrown, literally thrown everywhere, all over the ground. There was socks in the cups of drinks that we left on the table, like soaking wet. And then I watched them do other people's rooms, and no one else, including them, did it with anger in their actions. They just did a regular room search and then moved on. With me, what I'm telling you is what happened. And then from here out, it's probably my fault because I could have just left it at that and not said anything again at this point. And but I was young and dumb, so I felt disrespected. I asked him to take it easy with my shit. I asked him to not put my bedding and shit on the ground. I asked him not to rip my pictures. Even though he was a dick, I never went out of my way to be mean to him either. Like most of the other people would, because he's a dick. But anyway, what happened? It just got really quiet. So, and the guy's a creep too. He, like goes to nudist colonies with his wife, and like shares his wife with other couples, and they like are naked all day doing whatever just because it's a nudist camp. On top of that, and it's like whatever. Whatever. Those places are funny, but whatever. Anyway. You were telling me about that. People get lung infections and shit from that. Yeah. Where did I leave off? I get off on tangents and then forget.
All right, here we go. Let's start
God
off.
damn it. Where did I leave off? So, I'm going to get right to it. So, what happened is, like I said, the guy was a weirdo, a dick all the time, extremely disrespectful. He didn't give a shit about your family photos, your bedding that you slept in at night, nothing. So before we start, I feel it's only right, guys. He's in my room during the big raid, and we didn't have nothing. But the day before, we had weed and tobacco. The whole block had nothing. We knew it. And when you're going through a raid like that, and you know that nobody's got anything, including you, and so you don't have that pit in your stomach. You don't have that feeling of, you know, you might be getting arrested here in a second. So when that's when that's happening, you tend to be a lot more relaxed during the search because you know there's nothing in your room. So me and my friend end up watching them do it. God damn it, I'm making mistakes. I'll fix it with the shading. But so you know what? Whatever. They get through with their search. They send us back in the room to put our rooms together. Plus, we're locked the fuck down all day, every day anyway. So even though we watched them, we were still out in the day room with other people. You know, whatever. We still knew that they threw our clothes and bedding on the ground and kicked them out the door, which means not only did they throw them on our ground, but then they kicked them out the door into the day room, sliding our sheets and bedding on the bare floor and the fucking outside of our cell. That pissed me off so fucking bad, and my cellie. And so we get like kind of like I say something. We're like, yo, take it easy, man. Do your fucking job. Do it right. Fucking rah. And they're like getting mouthy, telling us to be quiet, but not so nicely, you know. So they're getting a response out of me because I'm young and it's in front of the entire day room as well. So I'm not taking no shit from any cop or anybody, especially in front of the whole place, right? I mean, it could be, I would have done this even if there was not another soul there, but this is just, there wasn't, the whole top floor was out while they were searching our shit. So, things have been building up at this point, like, I'm talking about this search and when we finally got back in there, we had to shake out our dirty ass bedding that was slid across the fucking day room floor and kicked with their feet, right? We do the best to you know, remedy that. But then we noticed that our pictures are on the floor and stepped on and wrinkled. And then we also noticed that they went so hard in there that there were literal socks, like single socks, in our coffee cups that still had a half cup or more of coffee in each cup. So now I'm mad about it, and I'm mad at that one CO because I think he did it on purpose. Because we've been giving him shit for days anyway, because he's a fucking asshole every day. And so every time he walks on the block, there's like 30, 40 people fucking yelling out the door at this guy, making fun of him, making fun of his fucking wife, saying real inappropriate shit to try to get him going. with his little fucking flag wearing motherfucking rainbow flag wearing motherfucking mustache, rainbow mustache having ass weirdo 80s porn star looking fucking weirdo. So, who swings with his wife at nudist camps. So anyway, right? So this was like basically the cherry on top, or basically I don't know what pushed me to take our beef further, which is the last thing I should have done. So, where are we at in time? Oh my god, we're almost at an hour. I'm gonna have to tell the whole best part of the story, like, very quickly. Damn, that sucks. I hate having to rush shit and miss fucking details. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over the main points of this story to try to wrap it up. So now I'm going out of my way to be a dick to this guy, and and I told him why. You know, he like tried to act all dumb, like he didn't know. I'm like, you didn't know that you fucking had to field goal kick both of our betting multiple times to slide it on the fucking most dirty floor that exists in the world. And I was like, and my socks and his socks were in our coffee cups when we got back in our room. Like, both of those were just coincidences. Like, I'm like, bro, you're targeting us. And so we started fucking with him all the time. He'd start getting all pissed off, warning everybody. He started locking us the whole day room down all the time because all of us would get in on it, getting them all wound up. It was funny watching his little ass get all mad. So one day, we were actually outside of ourselves for an hour, one of the hours, and he was there walking around. Little guy, but walking around like he's 10 feet tall, you know, chest pushed right out, never been in a gym in his life. You know, which doesn't mean shit except for he's going out of his way to walk the way he's walking, right? And looks like a damn fool. So, you know, I played a lot of poker and cards, and casino, and I love poker. Played casino when I had someone that I was really cool with, that I didn't mind sitting down alone with. And then so what happens anyways is I have to move on. So we have the entire block literally fucking torturing this guy for every fucking thing. I got people flooding their cell just because I'm telling to, because it's his block. I mean, he's on the block, and so he's gonna have to deal with it. And fucking, I'm having dudes do it in the middle of the night when he's on night shift and shit. We were fucking really fucking with him. So one day we were locked down. Oh, real quick, my point about him walking around with his chest all puffed out when we were playing cards. You know, he walked by and he like stood there looking at it. You'd walk around the table looking at everybody's hands and shit, and like try to start a conversation with us about poker or something. And we were like, yo, fucking beat it. And we're sitting here trying to play a game on our 1 hour out, and you're walking around looking at all our hands and then making comments. Like, not directly about our hands, but like the people that were there, whatever his comment may be, would be like, would put it together that he's really talking about us and our hands. Anyways, every time he came in too, I would just, especially if I was in a bad mood, I had a bad call, whatever the fuck, me and at least 20 other people, would be like, you fucking, we would call him gay, call him a piece of shit, call him a woman beater, call him a pedophile. Everything. We wanted him to basically quit and just not work on our block, whatever. Excuse me. I have fruit roll-ups and gushers I'm just loving right now. So anyway, he comes on the block. He's like trying to beeline to go do whatever he's coming in for. And I start yelling at him right away. Right away. Can't remember what about now. But definitely something about, how his wife sucks dick for the cold side of the pillow. Something simple like that. Something light like that, whatever. Just trying to get him as mad as possible so he would get off his game, because he was emotional and we could see it. And I could tell that he's getting all pissed off. Everybody can. He'd get all flustered and, talk shit and whatever. So, like I said, he comes in the day room one day, and I happen to be up at my door. Plus, anytime that outside door would open, we would hear it unlock and then hear it open, and then they would have to come through a sally port and wait for the second door to open to come into our block. That's what anybody had to do to come onto the block. So it would literally vibrate any and all beds on the block. So throughout the day or night, you would normally jump up and look to see what's going on, because you don't want to ignore that, because that could also be 20 cops filing in to fly to your exact room even, or, that situation at all, and you were just lazy and didn't want to check. Fuck that. I always check. And a couple of the guys, fuck, man, my battery's about to die. I gotta plug it in. God damn it, I can't wrap the story up to save my life. We're at an hour and 1 minute. Hold up 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pause it though. Alright, so just to wrap this up quick, what happened was that fucking cop. So after that search, I was like determined to break this guy, or either way, just make his shit fucking hell every day. So that's exactly what I did, and I wasn't the only one. Not by far, I wasn't the only one. So this day he walks in the block, he seems like he's beelining somewhere to do something, and I fucking, I say something about his wife being a fucking $2 whore, just really purposely crossing the line, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to fucking do something. Or just, get upset, whatever. And he would too. He'd storm out all fucking like crying like a little girl sometimes. But, I say that, but I'm sure it's nerve-wracking having an entire block of fucking criminals screaming at you. And so, what happened next was this day he comes in. I must have startled him or whatever, but he like half jumped when I was just started yelling out the door at him, and I caught him dead off his tracks. And he was obviously not in the mood that day. His wife obviously, I think she was like sucking off the neighbor and the postman, and like was like pregnant with a black kid or whatever. He was having one of those days, right? And he just found out. Nah, I'm just kidding about that, but he would come in with his feelings on his fucking shoulder all the time. And you know what the motherfucker did? He fucking like straight changes direction on a dime. Fate to come my way. And he comes flying over my cell, and he's screaming at me on his way over. He's telling me that he's had enough, that's it, da-da-da-da. He told me, blah, 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 blah. I should have fucking listened. And I'm like, yo, fucking eat 10 dicks and fucking make sure you eat all 10, because I'll give you 5 to take home with your mom. Tell her I miss her, and I'll give her a massage when daddy comes home later, right? And he's fucking just flipping out. He tells me to turn around and cuff up. He's taking me to the whole rah, rah, rah. And so I have a split decision to make. I've kind of committed to fucking with this guy. I have zero respect for him. And so I've already gone this far to where now he's trying to cuff me up. And so if he's trying to cuff me up, I know he's trying to bring me to the hole. And so I might as well just go out with the biggest bang that I can, because the end result's going to be the fucking same. And at that age, I didn't give a fuck anyway. I was ready for anything. So, he tells me to turn around and fucking cuff up. I really did say the whole eat 10 dicks and I'll give him extra 5 for his wife to take home or whatever. He gets fucking mad. He tells me to cuff up again. I said, I'm not cuffing him up. I said, take your fucking badge off and come in. You fucking queer little pussy homo who's on his period, synced up with his fucking wife. And, I was just giving it to him as hard as I could, verbally. And I was telling him to come in without his badge, so we could fight one-on-one. And once his badge is off, it's not assault on a fucking cop. It's just a fucking regular fight that you're gonna get away with. And so he's acting like I'm not saying shit, but he's getting more and more butthurt and bothered by what I'm saying and the fact that I'm not listening to him at all. At all. I'm barely even acknowledging that he's speaking. Like, my responses are just me talking more shit about him and his family. Or not his family, his wife. Which, it obviously isn't the coolest thing to do, but, I was young. I wanted this guy to make a move, so I was purposely crossing the line with shit. So anyway, he asked me one last time, he's like, are you going to cuff up? You're coming with me right now. I said, I'm not going with you anywhere, and I'll be in a body bag before I put on cuffs for you, ever. I fucking promise you that. I promise it on my entire heart and word and whatever I'm still worth, that I will never cuff up for you, ever. And I know what happens when you don't cuff up. What happens is they end up calling an emergency, and the green team or the SWAT team or the CERT team or you know, the Ninja Turtles. There's a bunch of names for them. It's the crew that comes in looking like, you know, with all the riot gear on to fucking force you to do whatever you're refusing to do. And so, like I said, he's acting so very quickly on his third time telling me to cuff up. He says that if I don't comply, he's going to call a code. And they're going to force me to do it anyway. I said, listen, bud, I already told you I'm not cuffing up for you. I don't care what it takes. Come on and step in here and see what happens. But take your badge off. You know, I'm not, you know, I wasn't that type of, you know, not yet anyway. You know, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm the type of person that when I was younger, I had a little more anger in me, and I definitely did things that weren't me really at the end of the day, and whatever. I'm happy to have grown up, but this is just for entertainment purposes, to look back, reminisce, and see what kind of situations you can find yourself in if you fucking are a criminal or a drug addict. So this is the kind of shit you're gonna have to do to be able to keep respect and not get PC'd or jumped. Because everybody's always watching. So anyways, we can talk about politics a different time. What I want to say is he calls the fucking team in, and that's like, at this place consisted of like seven certified cops that come in like head to toe padding, helmet, the gloves with the fucking hard plastic in the knuckles. And so boom, by this point, once they're in there, because it took the team like, you know, a few minutes to get there, and the guy's just standing at, the guy I was talking shit to was just standing at my door. And I'm like, aren't you, I was being a wicked dick to him. I'm like, aren't you like in the books as one of the toughest guys around here? I was like, why aren't you back there getting suited up? I'm like, you're on the CERT team, right? I'm like, you know, with that mustache and those muscles, I said, there's no fucking way that you're not. And everyone's laughing in his fucking face. He's just getting madder and madder and madder. And so the green team gets to my door. They order me 3 times to cuff up, turn around, cuff up, lay on the ground. You know, once the team's at your door, you know, you might as well just go all in, because it's too fucking late. And I hadn't even done anything besides talk shit to this dude. He's the one who stopped what he was doing, came over to try to cuff me up and bring me to the hole for just yelling out my door. And, you know, that was a bitch ass move. That was a female move. He acted on pure emotion and feelings. Which I don't know why I could say anything to bother him. I'm the one locked up and not going home. Fucking idiot. Anyways. So what happens is he's there, but, you know, the team's lined up at my door. And, you know, I've been through a couple of these, but each once before this point, I've I've personally complied, but I've had cellies that didn't. And if you have a cellie that doesn't comply, then you're in for the fucking ride too. So we go, they go through their commands. I tell them that if it was them the first time, that I would have just came out the first time, no problem. I'm like, it's this little fucking Homo erectus fucking leprechaun over here being disrespectful and fucking weird and doing weirdo shit all the time and trashing my room and putting my fucking bedding on the ground and touching it with his feet and fucking not changing his gloves and then touching all my shit. It's like, and I was like, not only that, the way you talk to me anytime you're around is just fucking over with. So there's 5 or 6 fully suited up fucking COs in front of my door with one of the female COs behind all of them running a camcorder. I have this story on tape. So they run the video camera when they're gonna cell extract you like that, because that way you can't say something happened that didn't. So they spin it so that it's for our protection, like the inmates, right? Oh my god, it's all a big joke. So once they give 3 orders and you keep refusing, they then decide to take action. And there's a couple of different actions they take. Sometimes they'll shoot fucking, mace exploding bullets through your fucking food slot, or they'll just put a hose in there and fucking fire hose you off your feet type shit. And they didn't do any of that. I just kept getting myself all amped up. I was just calling them in. I knew I was in for a beating, and that just is what it is. No matter whether you did something or not, if somebody hits the button because of you, the emergency button, and calls them down there, and they all get suited up and, ready to come down there, looking like Ninja Turtles with knee pads and toe pads and fucking weird shit. So I remember I was on that bus. This is where everything changed, guys. I was on that bus. I was turning onto your mom and dad's street, Rosie, where they live now. I was turning onto the street. They give their fucking 3 orders, and like I said, I've been through a couple of cell extractions before. I've never been the one before this time. The one saying, fuck off, I'm not listening to you, come on in and do what you gotta do. So I know what happens in 5 seconds when they open the door. I know what happens for 5, 10, 15 minutes after that. And I know where you end up for like a year after that, which is a hole in the fucking ground and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm just eating a piece of this roll up and taking a sip of my drink. Oh, the whole thing's fucking been paused. Oh no, it's not. It's running. I thought it was paused this whole time. Alright, I gotta wrap this up. It was just one of the fucking first times that I had to fucking actually be about that shit that I would talk. It was time to be a warrior, because you gotta willingly take on 6, 7, 8, 220-pound, 6'2", huge guys, just for not cuffing up. So they announced that for me, I wouldn't cuff up. They told me to get on the ground, put my hands on my head. I've been through a few of these where I got hit with the fire hose, hit with the mace, hit with the fucking rubber bullet. Oh my God. But anyway, this time, I'm not even going to tattoo. I'm just going to wrap up this story because there's so much more details and it keeps going. But what happened? Boom. I refuse. I take my shirt off. I fucking I put my mattress up against the door. I tie my t-shirt around my face and, my nose and mouth. And, I wet it before I do that. It helps if you're about to get maced. And, I laced my shoes as tight as I could. And, once they popped that door, and they had the electric shield, the glass shield that the squad puts in front of them to barrel through you. So they fucking, I'm getting myself all amped up. I'm fucking jumping around the room. I'm screaming. I'm flipping out. I'm like, let's fucking go. And really all I'm doing is jumping around like an idiot, calling on a fucking ass whooping. That's all that is. But anyway, you gotta fucking, you can't play that part. You gotta, if you're gonna play that part, you gotta actually be it and be ready for it. So anyway, the lady in the back's filming it, so I can't say something was done or said that didn't happen, right? So they come in full speed. I'm soaking wet because I'm sweating. I have my shirt off. They fucking hit me with that shield and tase me with it. And it literally shoots me, both my feet off the ground. I hit the wall like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character hit me with one of them bazookas. Or whatever, they fucking put their hands together and like all fucking whatever, and a fireball shoots out. Whatever that fucking was, the force behind that and the fucking the electricity part of it shot me from one end of my cell, folded me in half into the fucking other side of the cell, into the corner, and then they came in. Well, actually, like I hit the wall. It shot me off my feet. Scared the living shit out of me and hurt a lot. I hit the fucking wall. Thank God, the concrete wall. But thank God I hit with my back and shoulder, not my head. And so, for some reason, after they rushed me like that, they normally keep rushing you all the way to till there's 4 guys laying on you while you're on the ground type shit. So I fucking push I've come back to, like, I didn't get knocked out, but like it hurt. That hurt a lot. And that, like, I flew backwards in slow motion. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I can feel myself literally levitating in midair saying, holy fucking shit. And then bang, a fucking concrete wall. So they were fucking screaming at me to turn around and put my hands on the fucking, put my hands on the, behind my head, whatever. I fucking just jump up the thing. It's already too late. They've already come in. They've already called the code. They already got dressed. They've already had to call it in and get permission to come in and use action against me. Rah, rah, rah. So now they got free reign to do whatever, and my punishment's going to be the same whatever. So that's why I decided to go through with it all, because it was already too late. So this shit happened like a savage. So I felt that electricity course through my head to toe before I even hit the wall. And I remember thinking, oh my God, something bad's about to happen. Like, it was in such slow motion that, like, I can remember my thoughts that I was having while I was mid-air 4 feet into a concrete wall because I got hit by that goddamn shield so hard. So boom, I bounce off the walls, use the wall, shoot back up off my feet. There's a guy up front, and then they triangle out, and they're like trying to file in my room. So the guy with the shield, it's like a tall, long one. It covers his whole body, like head to toe type shit. So I ended up juking him. So like I ran at him, and like I did like quick, like I'm gonna go right, and then I went left, and he actually like tripped, didn't realize I was gonna do a move like that, and then I hauled off and I punched the first time I ever hit a cop. So you want to smoke weed now? He goes, yeah, I don't want to fucking do anything anymore. He got honorably discharged. I got myself into the middle of the crowd of the group that made it into my room. And I just fucking went. I just started hitting them. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I was barely landing them, but I mean, I got the first guy, one good one. After that, they just attacked me, but it took them a minute to get me off my feet and on the ground. And the whole time, I'm just fucking swinging, bink, bink, bink. I'm fucking smashing those little plastic face masks that they wear, like the shield that just covers their face, you know? Those things are fucking flying off everywhere, or like hitting their face, fucking them up as much as I can. Then they proceeded to get me on the ground, hog-tie cuff me. They cuffed me with my hands behind my back, they cuffed me at my ankles, and then they folded me in half and cuffed the two cuffs together behind my back. So I was literally hog-tied in half. And then proceeded to stomp the living shit out of me for 10 minutes straight, to where other inmates are screaming at them to stop. Because I'm fucking beaten and bloodied and triple handcuffed. So I couldn't block any punches. I couldn't block any steel-toe boot kicks to my fucking face. I had to just fucking lay there and take it. It's a shitty feeling that I really can't describe to you, because you won't understand unless you've been there. So then they fucking finally, they also all wear these like work, like leather, they're not leather gloves, but they're like utility gloves. And there's literal built-in polyfiber plastic in every knuckle. So it's basically like getting hit with brass knuckles every time, and it's the gloves they wear. So they beat me so badly, I needed stitches in my mouth and in my head. My eyes were swollen shut. You know, the prison infirmary did the best that they could, but you know, they sewed me up the best they could. They, you know, I heard the cop give the fake, you know, told them the wrong story. They lied. The cops lied to them, and because they literally kicked my ass in that cell. And then as soon as we got off the block, it was a good little distance to the hole. And while I was hogtied, so I couldn't even walk or limp to the hole. I was hogtied. I was being dragged and like carried by 6 dudes while I'm hogtied and folded in half backwards. And there's actually more to this story, but I was ended up hospitalized for a week. I couldn't leave. The hospital wouldn't let me leave for a week, and then they threw me in the hole for 3 months. They did a 90-day review in the hole because of my assault on a police officer, and but their only reason for doing that was so I couldn't make any phone calls to my lawyer or my family. I couldn't get any visits by anybody. So that way there was no, so they were known. I knew about this trick anyway. They do it all the time. They'll fucking beat the shit out of you, and when they leave too many marks, they have to hide you, or otherwise they're gonna get sued and lose. You know what I mean? So I was in the infirmary for a week, and then they put me in the hole for 90 days, and I wasn't able to like call and tell my family. I wasn't able to tell my lawyer. Like in time, I wasn't. Like once I got out of the hole, finally, like I called and told everybody, but it's different if you don't have any marks on you or your mouth has a shitload of stitches and you can't even see because your eyes are swollen shut. Like if you're lucky enough to get beat up like that by the COs and get in front of a judge looking like that, you're gonna win. And the cops know that shit, and they end up losing their job, and it's a mad scene. So they hide you. That's what the cops do up here in the jails and prisons. They hide when they beat you up and you got marks, they hide you until you don't got marks no more. That's how they get away with it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's getting really, really late. I've been doing so much content on top of working and life in general that I need to catch up, but I need to get on a routine here. I wish there was more comments or any comments on I have 80 videos and like my friend's the only one that's commented on them. But anyway, I'd like to take suggestions because I'll do them. I want to make my channel something that you want to listen to on the way to work, or if you're watching it at home, you can see a cool piece of art come to life while being entertained or making dinner or whatever. If you're in recovery, they're made for you too. And or if you're not, or not even an addict, they're just entertaining stories and situations that I've been through and how I handled them and what I did and what my consequences and or reward was for the decisions that I were making at the time. So I got that out of the way, guys. I'm so sorry I went off. This is wicked long. And only one story, but whatever. I'll do another story time tomorrow night because I got one that I want to tell you and I can't wait. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. This is at Recovery Tattoo. The me is the one where it's a picture of me and my son. And so I got anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, don't go to jail. I promise you. I had to lay there with I'd get like an ibuprofen every 3 days for 3 months, and and it came from the people that are supposedly there to protect you. Even though I brought them on and like I went against policy, and all they did was did what they were supposed to and taught to do when this situation happens. And I have way more stories of this happening to me, whether it was because my cellie was doing it or I was making them come in. I got stories for days. All right, guys. I'll do as much as I can of this tonight. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep going. I want to just do it until I'm finished, but I have to get some sleep, and and I work today, so they're definitely the next piece that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna start the shading in just a few minutes if I wasn't so damn tired. So, you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, that means you're a true fan, and I hate the word fan because I'm not any bigger, badder, better than anyone else. But if you're digging my content and you're still watching, that helps me a lot because then YouTube pushes it. All right. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know where you came from, if you found me here or somewhere else, or from a friend. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. All right. Ryan out.